up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So I am here and back with a part 2 to my December reflections for 2021. If you didn't check out my first one, go ahead and check that out. It is just called December Reflections Q&A. So I'm doing 4 parts to this, a total of 20 questions, but I broke them down into 5. It's basically just a way for you guys to just kind of reflect. It's a way for me to reflect, because sometimes, we look back at the year that we've had, and we always just kind of look at what we did or didn't do, but there's certain things that we kind of got to ask ourselves in order for us to have a brighter year ahead. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. So the first question is, how have you changed? This year, I believe that I have changed. I've become more aware of my emotions, I feel. Like, I've always been aware of my emotions. It's not that. It's me being aware of how I project my emotions or how I react to certain things. What emotions do I put into certain situations? I've changed in terms of learning how to, choose peace over being right sometimes. Sometimes it's not even worth arguing. Not that I argue at all with anybody, but even still, like sometimes you just kind of keep that in the back of your head. Like, you know what? My peace of mind means more to me than arguing with stupid people. So I'm going to choose that every time, sometimes. Number 2, what single word describes this year? What single word describes this year? Freedom. Freedom. That means a lot to me. This year I have freed myself from a lot of things. I was in a very stressful job, which I did enjoy. I partly enjoyed it because I was helping people, but the job itself was extremely stressful. And it got to a place where once I started working from home after, the journey hit Earth, I started to realize what I wanted and what I didn't want. And so I freed myself from being comfortable in a situation that was stressing me out and depleting me mentally. I don't think that you should ever stay in a situation that sucks the life out of you mentally and emotionally. So I worked very hard, and I started to go really hard on my channel, and thankfully I was able to free myself, and I was able to become an entrepreneur and go, full gas with my YouTube channel. And now I am an entrepreneur running my business here on YouTube, and I couldn't be happier. It has its own stresses, but I feel so free. I make my own schedule. I make sure that I do everything that I have to do. Discipline plays a big role. Being motivated plays a big role. But freedom is very big. Also, I have freed myself from a lot of things that I healed from as well. I healed myself from a lot of things this year. And I've never felt as free as I do now. So freedom definitely describes this year. And that's despite, being locked down, not locked up. I've never been locked up. But, being locked up in the house and, not having to do not being able to do the things that we used to do. But still, freedom for me, mental freedom, means more to me than anything. Number 3, which steps have you taken towards achieving your long-term goal? Some of the steps that I've taken is believing in myself, having faith in myself, actually doing the work. Sometimes that is the biggest step that you can take, is actually putting your best foot forward and doing the work. So me achieving my long-term goal has always been to own my own business, to be an entrepreneur, to make my own money on my terms. And I did that this year. And financially, I have continued to see a lot of progress. And that's because I push myself every day. Are there days that I just want to be like, nope? Absolutely. But again, you get back what you put out. If you put out nothing, you're going to get nothing back, and you can't be mad at that. So there you guys have that. Number 4, what is a book you read that you couldn't put down? The Secret. That book I read twice, and I couldn't put it down. You guys, if you haven't read that book, I highly recommend it. That book teaches you a lot about manifesting your desires and manifesting everything that you want out of life. It talks about manifesting everything from career, love, relationship, health, friendships, just overall self, and all the things that you desire. There's a lot of good, philosophers that have put in their quotes in there and things like that. And, it's opened me up to a lot more than what I thought I knew. So I definitely recommend that book. And number 5, which of your personal qualities helped you most this year? I've got to say, my patience. I am patient to a fault. My patience has helped me most this year. Considering the fact that, with everything going on now, with all the Germany situations and, with the 9-to-5 that I had to practice a lot of patience. Because number 1, we were very limited to a lot of things that we can do, a lot of places we can go. I was working from home, and there was no place for me to go to run to kind of de-stress, because I was already home, and home is supposed to be your sanctuary, right? You're supposed to leave the office and go home and feel relief. It was very hard for me to do that, so I had to practice patience with a lot of that stuff. Other than that, I just also had to be patient with myself when it came to healing. I had to be patient with myself when it came to my career here on YouTube. A lot of the things that happen when you are trying to, especially when you're trying to heal from things, healing takes a lot of patience. Sometimes we as humans are built on instant gratifications. We want things now. We want to heal now. We want to forget about something now. And that's just not possible. You have to go through the trenches in order for you to appreciate your healing process. And I stand firm behind that. You're going through healing, you're going to have to practice a lot of patience, because you're going to run into a lot of ugliness, a lot of ups and downs, days where you're okay, days when you're not, days where you are all smiles, and other days when you're just boo-hooing, crying all day, just letting it all out. It's all of the process of healing, and it is okay. So there you guys have it, my 5 questions, my December reflections. Just to recap, how have you changed? Number 2, what single word describes this year? Number 3, which steps have you taken towards achieving your long-term goal? Number 4, what is a book you read that you couldn't put down? And number 5, which of your personal qualities help you most this year? Feel free to leave your answers down below. I am curious to know if you are comfortable to share, but there you have mine. I hope you enjoy these videos. I've got 2 more coming for you within the next couple of days in the next week. So look forward to that. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel, hit like, share, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you guys can get notified whenever I pop up on your feed. I'll see you guys later. Toodles!